right, about to cut that booster.
Vehicle body rates look stable.
Seconds.
Now 3 minutes, 30 seconds in. RD 180 now throttling to maintain a constant 5G acceleration limit. Engine response looks good. And we've begun boost phase chill down. Now throttling to a 4.6G acceleration limit. Boost phase chill down has ended. Standing by for BECO. And we have BECO booster engine cutoff, standing by for stage
Atlas
step.
Centaur separation.
And we have good indication of Atlas Centaur separation. We have pre-start on the RL-10, standing by for ignition.
Next major milestone is the payload fairing. When that comes off,
we have ignition and full thrust on the RL-10.
spacecraft.
Chamber pressure looks good. Body rates look good.
That payload
And we
fairing
have good
jettison
indication of payload fairing
coming
jettison.
right now.
This first burn of today's mission will last approximately 8 minutes. And the RCS system is now performing initial firings to warm up the RCS motor catalyst bed. System response looks good. And the Centaur is now 100 miles in altitude, 450 miles downrange distance, traveling at 11,800 miles per hour. 5 minutes, 10 seconds into flight.
And you're listening to the voice of Patrick Moore, ULA's launch commentator.
Centaur propellant utilization system has gone to closed loop control.
Flight is looking very good at this point.
And RCS system now performing periodic firing for thermal conditioning of the system. System response looks good. And initial review of booster performance shows the booster performed close to pre-flight predictions.
So the next major milestone will be the Centaur first main engine cutoff, and we've got about, I'd say 5 to 6 minutes before that. Let's bring Mick Woltman back in. What did you think about the liftoff and the flight and separation? Looked pretty good from here.
Yeah, as we were listening to Patrick there, it was
Centaur
good to hear
has
all the mark
performed a
events.
roll optimized telemetry link.
Hear all the mark events that were hit, and it seems like first stage performed very nominal, and RD-180 performed very well to get the first stage and Centaur on its way. So things are looking really well on this flight.
That Centaur performing thrusts of about 22,000 pounds and flying in what, Mick, has been described to me as a very exact entry into orbit. It's not going all the way around the Earth, but it does have to have a certain amount of precision because it's a partial orbit around Earth.
Yeah, this first burn will get Centaur and Solar Orbiter into a semicircular orbit as we come around the Earth, and then we will get ready for our main engine start number 2, and that will get us onto our transfer trajectory orbit, so our transfer trajectory to head off toward the sun. So yeah, Centaur has to perform very well on this first burn to get into that semicircular park orbit.
And it's a lot of power that's needed in order to get this thing going, because she's going off into the deeper part of space, headed to the sun. We're getting a report of good performance so far, and that's excellent news. The team here, Mick, talk about the reaction at this point for the launch team. We heard a little bit of a celebration behind us.
Yeah, the team doesn't really get too excited here, but it is a mark event of first stage separation is important. Getting main engine start is very important too, as you said, getting Centaur on its way. The Aerojet Rocketdyne RL-10 performing very well right now in this first burn. But the team is starting to look at their data, continuing to follow the Centaur in flight on real-time data. The booster team is looking at their data after first stage separated to make sure everything performed well, doing a quick look of everything to make sure there's no anomalies in the flight so far. And so far, we haven't seen anything or heard. So things are performing very well for this flight for Solar Orbiter on its way.
And that's good news, certainly for our European partners who are collaborating in this effort. The Solar Orbiter plans to unlock quite a few mysteries of the sun, as we have learned in the weeks rolling up to this. There's been a lot of time and effort that the teams have put into building this spacecraft, and then, of course, preparing for launch. Many years in the making. As we listen in now, we're getting a little more of an update. So far, continues to have good flight. This orbit, you were talking a little bit about this transfer orbit.